Welcome back to another edition of In Ohio Country. Today, Big Dan Wilson alongside of Alan Davis. And Alan, we're at the Mercer Landmark facility here in St. Henry, Ohio. But our feature story today is all about a great grower event and community event that Mercer Landmark's going to put on in Laddie, Ohio.
That's right, Dan. Coming up September 5th and 6th, Agrow Expo at the Laddie location. It's a two-day event. Friday is going to be for the grower and the farmer with workshops talking about livestock, crop production, fertilizer, conservation, mental health. And then on Saturday, they've got events for things for the whole family: kid rides, food trucks, craft show, all kinds of other things available. Come out with your family on Saturday and have a good time. So it looks to be a great event. This is their fourth year, and it's getting bigger and better than ever.
And that website?
agrowexpo.com.
And we'll have a link to that at our website at inohiocountry.com. We'll be back with this week's episode right after this.
Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for Wilson livestock trailers. Wilson builds reliable, lightweight, and corrosion-resistant aluminum livestock trailers. Wilson is known for their attention to animal and operator safety, as well as the best in biosecurity. Wilson delivers your best value and your lowest cost of operation. Rodock is your home for Wilson livestock trailers. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today. Learn more at rodock.com. Looking for a dependable forage box? Meyer offers the widest range in the industry, and Apple Farm Service is proud to carry them. With front, rear, and dual front and rear discharge options, Meyer forage boxes are built to unload your feed quickly, safely, and efficiently. Designed for smooth operation and reliable performance, they're second to none when it comes to handling your harvest. Visit your nearest Apple Farm Service to check out our Meyer lineup or browse our inventory online at applefarmservice.com/Meyer. Alan Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Alan is a business owner and an active farmer and Farmers Insurance President's Council Hall of Fame inductee for 2025. Trust Alan Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection with offices in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and we're here at beautiful Mercer County at Mercer Landmark's St. Henry location. And with me is Allie Ott. Allie is with Mercer Landmark. And before we really get started with what we want to talk about, give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Yeah, so I grew up in the Auglaize County area. I'm from Wapakoneta, Ohio. I grew up on my family's row crop farm. We actually do business with Alan Davis Insurance, which is pretty exciting. I grew up taking animals through 4-H and FFA. I've always been involved in agriculture in some way, and now I'm here at Mercer Landmark working as the marketing and communications lead.
Yeah, I've known Allie's family for a long time, and Allie's grandfather, as well as her dad and her uncle. So, it's kind of cool as these kids grow up. And then we see them doing stuff like this, and I'm interviewing them, right? When I can remember when she was this big walking that pig around the ring in the 4-H show. So, Anyways, that's not really what we're here to talk about. Allie, you got a big event coming up here with the Agrow Expo in Laddie, Ohio, and a lot of things going on. Let's talk about Saturday. You got a lot going on that day.
Yes, so Saturday is our community event for the Agrow Expo. It'll be happening at our Laddie location in Paulding, Ohio. We're very excited to invite everyone out to our location. Bring your families, bring your friends. It's just a full day of fun.
Well, when you talk about a full day of fun, I mean, what do you got? What events you got going on? What you got going on for the families?
Yeah. So we'll start our day off with a cruise-in. It's our first annual cruise-in in coordination with the Agrow Expo. Anyone's welcome to come. You can bring your car, bring your tractor. We're calling it a cruise-in. You can bring whatever you want and come on out. We'll be giving out some awards along with some door prizes with that as well. And then we also have a local makers market that'll start, I believe, at 2 o'clock. You can come out. We have vendors there that they're just local handcrafters from the area, anywhere from down here in Wapak all the way up to Defiance County or over to Indiana. We just we have all of these vendors come out and sell any products that they make locally. We're really excited about that, and it's always been a good turnout. Then we have rides and kids activities. We have a petting zoo, we have a balloon artist, we have food trucks, we have live music by Tessa Marie Music. It's just a really fun day.
Well, always important to me is the food trucks. Who are some of those folks that you have coming?
Yeah, so we have Fork in the Road. They will be there. We have J&M homemade ice cream. We have Schaefer smoked meats, and there's just so many food trucks that we have.
Yeah, that's those vendors she mentioned. They're at the county fairs as well, and they do a great job. So you want to be sure to get up there to have some of that food truck food or fair food, whatever you want to call it. Well, Allie, as time goes on, things evolve. I know this really just started as a plot day where you were probably giving farmers lunch and showing them, what the seed and the chemicals and the fertilizer look like, and it's turned into a lot more than that.
Yes, it has. Every year since the Agrow Expo has started, this is our 4th annual. We've just been able to grow it just to this wonderful event that we have now. We really love getting to bring families out to our location so that they can see what we do at Mercer Landmark, and just exposing them more to agriculture. And that's our main goal for our Saturday event, is just to have families come out and have fun and make those memories alongside our employees at our location, just getting to learn more about agriculture and what we do.
Well, if somebody wanted to find out more about what Mercer Landmark does or about the event, where can they go?
They can visit our website, agrowexpo.com. It lists all of the information on there, all of the times of everything. They can also call any of our advisors or any of our locations, and we're more than happy to help them through figuring out more of the information.
Well, Allie, once again, give us the dates and the times.
Yes, so the Agrow Expo is September 5th and 6th. September 5th is our grower event. September 6th is our community celebration. And Saturday's event starts at 2.
Allie, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more in Ohio Country Today right after this.
Closed captioning paid for in part by the following. Orange Township in Shelby County is your next land auction opportunity. From your area leader in land auctions, Dye Real Estate and Land Company. 67 plus acres of prime farmland. Join us August 26th at 6 p.m. at the Shelby County Fairgrounds in Sydney, Ohio. Online bidding is also available. It's another great land auction opportunity you don't want to miss. From your area leader in land auctions, Dye Real Estate and Land Company. For more information on this and other upcoming auctions, go to dyerealestate.com. Mercer Landmark's 4th annual Agrow Expo features 2 free days of learning, community, and fun. Join us Friday, September 5th and Saturday, September 6th at our agronomy facility in Laddie, Ohio in Paulding County. Friday includes free breakfast, lunch, giveaways, and educational sessions to learn more about how you can continue to grow your farm. And Saturday is a free community celebration with food trucks, live music, activities for the kids, and more. It's Mercer Landmark's 4th annual Agrow Expo. Learn more at agrowexpo.com. Your outdoor fun starts today at Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta. Whether you're an enthusiastic RC hobbyist or searching for a great family gift, we have the best remote control land, air, and watercraft with parts and service you can depend on. Our experienced team and our great wall of parts will keep you cruising all year long, with batteries and chargers too. Your outdoor fun starts today at Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta, your one-stop shop for all your hobby needs.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today. We're here in beautiful Mercer County at Mercer Landmark's St. Henry location. And with me today is Troy Grimm. He is with Mercer Landmark. Troy, before we really get started talking about the Agrow Expo, give us a little bit of background on you and your background and your connection with agriculture.
Yeah, so I serve as the agronomy lead here at Mercer Landmark out of the north. So I work at the Laddie facility in Paulding County. But kind of get all over today. We're an hour south of there, so it was a bit of a drive, but it's always cool when we get to come down to this facility. I live in Archbold, Ohio with my wife and my 3 beautiful children. My wife and I both have been in agriculture our whole lives, and that's kind of ended up here with Mercer, and it's been a good opportunity.
Well, we're here to talk today about the Agrow Expo, and it's interesting. There's several topics you're going to talk about, but I think the number one topic probably for if you're here in Mercer County and this area is livestock. So you have some things you're going to talk about with the livestock.
Yeah, so the Agrow Expo is coming up. First day of the Agrow Expo is our Farmer Day. We try to get really focused on the farmers. One thing we tried to do better over the last couple of years is diversifying that, right? So it's hosted at our Laddie facility, so that's a ways, north of where we're at right now, but we want to be able to pull guys from down here, and down here livestock is big, right? As you can see behind us, we have MPS here. So yeah, we're going to be talking about all sorts of different things. Anything from, we have Ohio cattlemen coming in to look at meat quality and how do we work on that? How do we feed to protect the meat quality? To show feeds and working on that, because that's a big deal too. And then all the way to marketing. And how does cattle markets look? A lot of people know right now that cattle prices are, where they're at, and grain prices are where they're at, but we're trying to balance that, and so we want to try to help out with that as much as we can.
Well, it's interesting because Dan and I were just talking about the price of the cattle, right? What it cost for me to put cattle in to feed. So it is quite an expensive venture at this point in time.
Yeah, Holsteins, who would have guessed, they keep climbing, but grain prices are low right now, which is good for those guys, but not so good for our grain farmers, and we're just trying to balance that. Yeah.
Well, you have other things there. The other thing that really what this expo really started out to be was an agronomy thing, right? And a plot day, and so you have a lot going on when it comes to that.
Yeah, I tell guys if you don't come for anything else to the Agrow Expo, come to check out the facility we have up there. We're very proud of our Laddie facility. But that's an agronomy location with grain there as well. But one thing we put a lot of time and effort into is our plots there with some of our partners. We spend a lot of time manicuring and make sure that that's some good data that comes out of there for our growers. But with that, we have breakouts on the new biologicals that are coming into the game. That's a lot of talk around that right now. We have seed talks. We have different chemistry talks. We'll have people coming in to talk about that, industry professionals. We try to do that and then kind of intertwine it with our own people so that you can see our expertise. Sustainable ag is something we're going to be talking about, but yeah, agronomy based is what it really started as, and we're breaking into grain markets and other things as well. So,
well, when we're talking about production ag, and you mentioned just briefly, conservation is important and has become the forefront of a lot of things, particularly where we're at in Ohio.
Yeah, it's huge. So one thing that we kind of pride ourselves in is we have a gentleman on staff, Michael Watercutter, and to my knowledge, he is the only conservation agronomist in the state of Ohio. He also claims to be the best one in Ohio too. So I don't know how much weight that carries, but he's great and he's really good at what he does. And what's interesting about him is he farms too, and everything he preaches, he does on his own farm. And so we're really trying to be in the forefront of that. I think he's at a conference right now in California learning about this. We're partnered with Truterra, and we do a lot with them. So we're going to be talking a lot about our sustainability programs on that day, whether it's carbon programs or different cover crop programs. So if that's something you're interested in, man, I'd get out and listen to that because it is a big deal. We look at H2 Ohio and other things that are coming into effect. And, a lot of guys are asking, well, when are we going to start getting regulated on this or on that? We don't know, but the best we can do is prepare and do the best we can moving forward.
Yeah, the dial keeps moving all the time on when it comes to conservation and total dissolved solids and all those things in our water supply.
Yeah, and I think that we talked about the livestock piece a little bit too, and we can't think of those as two separate things, right? Those are two things in the same. So whether you're a livestock guy or you're spreading commercial fertilizer or you're whatever you're doing, your no-till, full-till, whatever it is. We all got to look at that a little bit, and there's different ways for us all to be involved with that. If we're talking sustainability, it's not all in, have to do everything one way. There's so many different ways that we can do things, and getting together as a group and talking through those and learning, and just seeing what everybody else is doing and kind of helping each other. I think that's what it's all about, yeah.
So it's not always about production ag, because and always about putting the seed in the ground or feeding that animal. There's a lot that goes with that as far as health and caring for yourself.
Yeah, so this year we have Ty Higgins coming. Ty's phenomenal, and we're lucky to have him. Mental health is a big deal, right? So I think that's one thing that guys forget about, and maybe we don't think about enough is that agriculture is a tough thing to be part of. And when you look at the farms and some of the sizes that they're getting to, and you got multiple employees and multiple families involved, and you got one person that's kind of leading the charge, that's a lot of weight on a guy's shoulders. And we want to bring light to that. We want people to respect it and understand it and learn about it. And it's okay to talk about those things. And Ty does a phenomenal job at bringing that to light, so we're happy to have him come in.
Well, you know, there's just going to be a lot going on at the Laddie location. Give us the dates on that.
Yeah, September 5th and 6th. It's Friday and a Saturday. Friday, like I said, that's the farmer day, and then Saturday it's a community day, and we hope to get as many people out there to partake in that.
Well, if somebody wanted more information and more detailed information, where could they go to get it?
Yeah, so I believe you can go to our website, agrowexpo.com. That's where you can find everything. We have Facebook events on there too. If you follow Mercer too, we share everything, so you can find that link there. Or if you don't want to do that, reach out to your local salesperson or grain advisor or whoever it is, and somebody will point you in the right direction. We're all pretty excited about it.
Well, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more in Ohio Country Today right after this.
From generation to generation, farmers do their best to protect their land, livestock, and farm operations. But they can't do it alone. Salina Insurance Group has partnered with local ag professionals to do just that, offering the peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. Salina's products and coverages come from our first-hand experience and relationships with local agents. For total farm protection, come experience the Salina difference. Learn more at salinainsurance.com.
At some point, every person who has ever had a big idea has been told, don't bother. Keep your head down. Do your work. Know your place. At Poet, we know our place. Our place is at the forefront of history, pioneering an industry, challenging what's expected, changing the world. Sustainable biofuels, oil alternatives, nutrient-rich proteins, cleaner air, a brighter future. Poet.
Orange Township in Shelby County is your next land auction opportunity. From your area leader in land auctions, Dye Real Estate and Land Company. 67 plus acres of prime farmland. Join us August 26th at 6 p.m. at the Shelby County Fairgrounds in Sidney, Ohio. Online bidding is also available. It's another great land auction opportunity you don't want to miss. From your area leader in land auctions, Dye Real Estate and Land Company. For more information on this and other upcoming auctions, go to dyerealestate.com.
Hello once again, everybody. Back at Farm Science Review, we have a few weeks yet to come, Nick, before we get there. But Nick Zachrich is with me, the farm manager here at Farm Science Review. Nick, we have a story to tell people that is right in front of us. It's sort of forcing us to talk about it, isn't it?
Yeah, we have two tree slices here in the Gwynn Conservation Area cabin, and this one here actually came from the farm here at the Molly Cairn Agricultural Center. So this was one of Molly's favorite trees that she used to hang out underneath of. She loved the shade of that tree. Unfortunately, it needed to come down, but it's over 150 years old. So we wanted to save that, save that memory. It's just neat to see something that, was Civil War time, to think that people back then saw this tree. And here we are, can still enjoy part of it and the story of it.
Well, it's just one of many stories here at Farm Science Review. We're sitting now in the Gwynn Conservation Area, and my gosh, there's an awful... Every time I come here, I find myself in a different position. There's things between me and a tree, or me and the crops, but it's a beautiful nature setting.
Yeah, there's just so much to see, a lot of different demonstrations and a lot of things that we just kind of don't think as a demonstration sometimes. You see a pond or, what's the story behind that pond? And during Farm Science Review, you can ask some of those questions. Our Gwynn Conservation Area Committee members will all be present here during that time. And we have various people that specialize in different areas, some with wildlife, some forest. We got some aquaculture, or I guess aquatics in general. Experts, so a lot of different areas, not just with Ohio State University Extension, but also ODNR and Soil and Water and NRCS, and there's just a long list of people that are a part of the Gwin Conservation Area Committee, and they're here to talk about all those different things. So when you go around the conservation area, you're going to see just a lot of different things with prairies and wetlands and ponds and different tree plantations. There's a creek that traverses through. Deer Creek comes through the property also. So there's different things we can do there. There's usually some electroshock fishing. You can check that out again this year as a demonstration and one of the educational presentations. So that always seems like an exciting thing to check out, and it definitely is. It's always neat to see, all the different wildlife that comes out of this creek. And so a lot of the creeks around our area, throughout Ohio and the region, there's so much life there, and we just don't even think about it sometimes.
Nick, I think everything that I know about beekeeping I learned here on the Conservation of Gwin area.
Yeah, we have some beehives here still. We started doing some projects, many years ago on different things related to bees and agriculture. And at the conservation area, at the Gwin Conservation Area, there's so many different pollinators. There's an amazing different array of plants that some are there as the prairies, but there's also just the plants out in the woodland that we may not always think about as being pollinators, and around the wetlands and near the ponds. They got a great water source with the ponds that are right here too. So it's really neat to see the research that can happen, even in that demonstration kind of setting that's here.
Now the Gwin area is a little bit far from the main review site, but you make it easy on everybody to get back here.
Yeah, we have some shuttles. So on the west end of our exhibit area, there's stand-up shuttles, so pulled by a tractor. So just 2 wagons get pulled by each tractor, and you come over. It only takes a few minutes. Once you get on the shuttle, you come across the highway, and here we are. So right next to our field demonstrations is the Gwin Conservation Area. And when you get off that stand-up shuttle there, and I also mentioned that we do have some assistance there. If you're not able to use a stand-up shuttle, we do have another shuttle that's ADA compliant to be able to get people up here as well. But then once you get off that shuttle, you can get on a sit-down shuttle and take a tour through the Gwin Conservation Area as well. And we most of those shuttles have tour guides on them. So if you have some questions about what you're seeing around, or what some of those different geoforms of the different things that you can see across the Gwin Conservation Area, they have some of those answers. And if they don't have the answer, they can point to the experts that are over here that do have the answers for those questions.
Now, there are certain times of the day that you have educational events going on, and you make that easy. Some of those events are even duplicated, early morning and then late, and then from one day to the next.
Yeah, so there are a lot of educational presentations. There's a few tents that we have set out as amphitheaters outside area, but in this cabin itself, there's also presentations that happen. So since it takes a little bit of time to get over here and a little bit of time to get back before the show closes, it's a little bit condensed time, but between the hours of 10 and 2:30, there'll be presentations happening. You can come a little bit before that and after that still if you have some need to come over here to check out the educational displays. So Soil and Water and ODNR, some of the different programs that we have displays, and then even some commercial exhibitors will be here on the Gwin Conservation Area side to be able to promote some of those things. Are really strictly natural resources and environmental sciences.
Well, the cabin that we are in, I'm sure, is suited for a variety of things. What all goes on here during the year?
Yeah, the cabin gets quite a bit of use. There's always room in the calendar for a few more uses. We do rent the cabin for educational purposes. Madison County Master Gardeners use it frequently for their meetings and things like that. Some 4-H clubs as well. But there's also just a lot of field days. So Soil and Water uses it frequently. We have some classes at Ohio State University and our college. So the School of Natural Resources and our College of Food, Agricultural, Environmental Sciences has a few classes that will come out. Then even some of our different program areas and even administrators come out and use this cabin as somewhat of a retreat. So it's just a space that you can get away from your normal work setting and be able to have a field day. There's also some different businesses that are looking for a place to talk about either insurance or finances and things like that. Very nominal fee, very small fee to be able to come in and use it. So if you compare it to other places, very affordable to come in and use. So we really have a nice cabin here that has restrooms and a small kitchenette to be able to do some different things. Most people do cater in some food when they have lunch out, and it just is a great day. Some folks will come and rent the cabin for the day, but they'll come in, they'll do their morning sessions and things, and then spend a little bit of time outside and enjoy the landscape that's around this, and then come back and finish the day, inside the cabin again.
Well, let's not forget, Farm Science Review is going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, September 16th, 17th, and 18th in this year in 2025. So the theme this year is transforming tradition. So we're encouraging people to find ways that they're going to just adjust their tradition. So maybe you just need a new tradition if you haven't been here in a while. So a lot of new things happening at Farm Science Review, and some of those things are here at the Gwen Conservation Area.
We've been visiting with Nick Zachrich, the manager of Farm Science Review. Nick, thanks for being with us.
Great. Thanks for being here, Gary.
And stay with us, back with more when we continue with In Ohio Country Today.
The SureTrack heavy-duty low-profile dump trailer is engineered for professionals who demand the highest level of strength, versatility, and efficiency. And Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for your next SureTrack dump trailer. Available in multiple configurations, tailored to fit your specific needs, and built for heavy-duty tasks. This trailer delivers top-tier performance, helping you get the job done right every time. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today, your source for SureTrack dump trailers. Learn more at rodock.com. For over 75 years, MacDon has been a world leader when it comes to harvesting, and their combine headers have made life easier for farmers across the world. MacDon's relentless pursuit of improvement is driven by their desire to deliver the best harvesting experience possible. With their active float system and flex float technology, MacDon's flex draper heads stand out from all the other draper heads out there. Head over to applefarmservice.com/MacDon to see our lineup of headers, or go to your nearest Apple Farm Service to learn more. Mercer Landmark's 4th annual Agrow Expo features 2 free days of learning, community, and fun. Join us Friday, September 5th and Saturday, September 6th at our agronomy facility in Laddie, Ohio in Paulding County. Friday includes free breakfast, lunch, giveaways, and educational sessions to learn more about how you can continue to grow your farm. And Saturday is a free community celebration with food trucks, live music, activities for the kids, and more. It's Mercer Landmark's 4th annual Agrow Expo. Learn more at agrowexpo.com.
Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today, Al, and big event happening for Mercer Landmark up in Laddie, Ohio.
That's right. September 5th and 6th is a 2-day event at their Laddie location, their agronomy location there. Friday, the 5th, is going to be for producers. You can learn about agronomy, seed selection, livestock, conservation, mental health, marketing, all those things that producers want to know about. And then on Saturday is a family event. There will be food trucks, prizes and games for the kids, craft vendors, a lot going on. It's a family event. You want to be sure to bring your family out, especially, hey, if you got a car, bring it for your cruise in to start with, right? So, looks to be a good time. And if you want more information about that event, go to agrowexpo.com.
And we'll have a link to that at our website as well at inohiocountry.com.
.com.
Have a good day, everybody.